Morning. Don't know where you are, but where I am, it's early. The world's still stretching, the coffee's hot, and the signals are already coming in. Let's take a look before the day starts making demands. This is Signal Check with Adrian North. Security cameras. They're supposed to make us safer, right? Monitor the perimeter, catch the intruder, provide evidence. But now they're weapons themselves. From Ukraine to Iran, hacking security camera networks has become standard wartime strategy. Think about it. You compromise a city's surveillance grid, and suddenly you're not just watching. You're inside their infrastructure. You know patrol routes, you see defensive positions, you map supply lines. It's reconnaissance. It used to take spies on the ground. Now it takes one talented hacker and an unpatched firmware vulnerability. The irony is almost too perfect. The very devices meant to see threats coming have become the threat, and here's what makes it permanent. Once this technique proves effective in conflict zones, it doesn't just disappear when the fighting stops. It becomes part of the playbook, forever. So you thought your anonymous account was actually anonymous. New research shows AI systems can now identify who's behind pseudonymous social media profiles with disturbing accuracy. They're analyzing writing patterns, vocabulary choices, the rhythm of how you construct sentences, even the topics you care about and the times you post. Feed enough data into these systems and they start connecting dots that were never meant to connect. That throwaway account where you speak freely, where you critique your employer, discuss health issues, share unpopular opinions, it's increasingly linkable back to your real identity. And we're not talking about some theoretical future tech. This is happening now. The same language models that help you write emails are being turned around to unmask the people who thought a username was enough protection. Privacy through obscurity? That wall just got a lot thinner. Let's talk about your phone ringing with a voice that sounds exactly like someone you trust. Wangiri scams, voice spoofing. They've been getting more sophisticated, and for a while there it felt like the scammers were winning. But now carriers are fighting back with AI of their own. They're deploying systems that fingerprint voices in real time, hunting for those subtle artifacts that give away synthetic speech, the kind of markers you and I can't hear, but algorithms can spot instantly. These systems analyze everything: caller ID metadata, voice characteristics, the pattern of calls themselves. A sudden burst of short-duration calls from one number? Flagged. Rapid-fire dialing across area codes from a source tied to known scam campaigns? Blocked before it even connects. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Right now, the AI can still detect the fakes. But these clone voices are getting better every month. Eventually, we reach the point where a synthetic voice is indistinguishable from the real person. And then what? Then we're in a world where you can't trust your ears anymore. Anthropic just released a graph showing which jobs are most at risk from AI, and people are panicking. But here's the thing, in 1979, video was supposed to kill the radio star. It didn't happen. In 2025, the internet finally killed MTV. That one actually did happen. But the python here isn't about replacement, it's about adaptation. Think about it. We don't hunt for food anymore, not most of us anyway. We still have knives in the kitchen. We didn't abandon cooking just because we don't have to chase down our dinner. We adapted how we prepare food. Humans are shockingly good at this. The greatest strength we have isn't resisting change. It's bending with it, finding new uses for old skills, redefining what our work actually means. So yes, some roles will shift, some will disappear, but the idea that we'll all just stop being useful, that's never been how this works. Thailand spent 880,000 pounds on a running track, and it has right-angle corners, not gentle curves, not a standard oval, 90-degree angles, 4 of them. A square track wrapped around a rectangular soccer pitch, as if nobody involved in the project had ever seen a race, or run, or thought about physics. They saw the problem. There's no space for a proper oval, and instead of stopping, instead of redesigning, someone just said, build it anyway. And now you've got a track where runners have to brake, pivot, and accelerate 4 times per lap. It's almost a perfect metaphor. This is what happens when the people making decisions have never actually used the thing they're designing. Politicians who've never taught, designing education policy. Managers who've never done the work, restructuring the workflow. Regulators who've never driven the route, setting the speed limits. You get square running tracks. You get rules that look fine on paper and collapse on contact with reality. And then everyone wonders why it doesn't work. That's signal check for today. Close the tabs, step outside. The day's waiting. We'll talk again next time.